1 week until Wingin It touches down in Phoenix. We're going to the Super Bowl. Excited. You know who's not going? Whoever is headed to Wyoming with Jeffree Star. Are you seeing this mystery being unraveled where he's saying he's dating, I guess, an NFL player? But this NFL player is going along with whatever the charade is, posing for pictures where he's, not showing his face, but showing the back of his body or whatever. Clues everywhere. We got Jack Mack on the case. NFL wives are freaking the fuck out because they're like, wait, who is this? What is going on here? And Kanye, I guess, got the boot now that he's married. Wyoming's not welcome to him anymore.
How positive is it that it's an NFL player versus Jeffrey just saying that it's an NFL player?
I mean, why would he? I guess maybe he's just toying with everyone, but I feel like he's trying to. He said this before in like podcasts, but now he's like full on posting, mystery snaps of this guy, and it's sending people into a tizzy.
I'm not that up to speed on it. I've just seen the one picture that he posted
where the guy's like standing backwards or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was the second one. The first one was the
hand.
Hands. Yeah, they thought they locked down that Justin Herbert has the same freckle on his hand.
Bro, like people are catching strays. Justin Herbert. God, it looked like Tom Brady. Yes, Brendan. It was actually Brendan. It's crazy. I don't understand it, but it's like, is this gonna like this guy is going along with this? Is it gonna ruin his locker room? People are saying it's like some like I don't know, like some lineman that nobody's heard about, but who knows? Tom Brady, I saw.
Yeah, Tom Brady's head. They said it's the same.
There's no way.
No, because Tom Brady just retired today, and he posted a video. It looked like me and Tom Brady both pulled all-nighters last night. He's like watching the sunrise on the beach, retiring for good. Bizarre. What on earth is going on at the Dallas Zoo? Snow leopard gone. Vultures dead. Monkeys stolen. How does that happen? My favorite meme of all time is the security guard guy just like barely patting down. That's
what's going on at the Dallas Zoo right now. Like there is zero security there. I want to go there and see like what the most exotic animal I can steal is right now.
Right. I mean, dude,
I think they might have found the monkeys. I think I saw that today.
Yeah, that just came like abandoned in a closet. It's like, come on, what are we doing there? They just wanted to steal it for clout and then leave it there.
How do you let that happen, though?
Right. Is it that dead where nobody's seeing someone, pull a Harambe and climb into an actual exhibit and, steal something? What is it underneath his sweatshirt? As he's leaving zoo security, the monkey. Jesus Christ!
Why would they kill the vultures though? Like you think? Like,
no, that was the leopard. That was loose. Which is it still loose? I literally have not seen a follow up of that.
I haven't either.
All right. Well,
I would assume no news is good news.
That's what I'm saying. Have you guys
saw the loose like? Someone would be dead by now, I think.
Right, no kidding. Or someone, or it's in a closet, or it's someone's pet. Have you guys been to the Dallas Zoo? Like, is it no inside info?
I've been to the like aquarium, which has like a part zoo connected to it, but not the zoo. I've never been.
No ability.
Also, it's a fucking ice storm here right now. It's
really.
Yes, we've been like locked in our house the past 2 days.
Freaking welcome to my life.
They don't have salt trucks here, so like if it snows like we're fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the grocery store's clean out. There's lines outside of Walmart right now. Like
people freaking out. You would think like now that this is I feel like this has happened at least once the last 2 years. They would put some municipal money into like, okay.
Yeah, it's like the third year in a row. Yeah.
Couple salt trucks.
Yeah, not a single fucking salt truck.
Oh well. Now that I'm thinking about it, is zoo aquarium security like supposed to be beefed up? Like, are we walking through metal detectors there? I don't know.
I don't know. When we're dealing with fucking lions, like
true.
Like, come on.
We'll have to ask Drew. He was a big proponent of the St. Louis Zoo, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Which was for free. My dad loved the St. Louis Zoo too. Great zoo.
Yeah.
Mr. B
Zoo is too. I'm not mistaken.
Apparently, yeah. No, apparently it's really good.
Free.
You want some animals? Mr. Beast cures blind people. Sign me up. What the fuck? Cure me. But what was the outrage here? He apparently did this because the government won't. I didn't realize it was that curable that blind people can all of a sudden see, and Mr. Beast, killing it again.
I did not understand why people were mad at him at all. Like people say, if you get rich, do something to help people, and then he does it, and people get mad.
What was the reasoning at all? Of why they were mad?
People just love being mad. I mean,
probably that he filmed it for content or something.
Right. Yeah. He's probably making a shit ton of money off it, but I don't know. Again, that's a nice gesture. He could not be doing that.
Yeah.
And literally all of his shit is giving money away.
I was going to say, the large majority of money that he makes, he ends up giving away.
He could be drifting with Hasbulla and get Dagestan instead. If he
right, exactly. Yeah, he could be doing he could be doing milk boy shit, spending the money. Yeah. I saw is not Lex Luthor guy, Lex Friedman, maybe the guy who's the big podcaster who does interviews. I think I saw clips of Mr. Beast on there, which just got to be just a cesspool of just information and genius. Haven't listened to it, but I saw a clip where it's Lex is asking him some in-depth questions about all the math behind YouTube and all this thinking. Mr. Beast is man, I love these questions, but dude, is your entire audience bored as shit right now? I think nobody's listening anymore. That dude just literally thinks about content on a whole nother, level of atmosphere. He's got the answers.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts monetization begins today. And that's interesting. I love YouTube and it's now that the NFL is you guys are YouTube TV guys, they just dropped out of MLB Network, which people are upset about. But now that the NFL's Sunday tickets going there, I mean, just think about how many users are already on YouTube, and now even more are going.
Yeah.
So that's the place to be for growth. So check us out there if you enjoy the video. I don't know if this is growth or if this is smart or if this is scary or all the above. BuzzFeed says they're going to use Chat GPT for their writers. They're just going to you got to come up with up-to-date stories. Okay, this happened. Write me a short story about it. Boom, comes up in 3 seconds. You post that under, staff writer, and you save yourself a salary.
That's BuzzFeed said they're going to do this?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
And then their stock popped 300%. It was crazy, but they're $1 stock.
Does I wonder the creators of Chat GPT, whatever the fuck it's called, do they get can they sue BuzzFeed for being hey, you're using our product to write?
Well, I imagine there's some deal where BuzzFeed's hey, we're not going to pay our staff writers, we're paying you. Dude, Chat GPT is literally Google with an Apple update. It's crazy. It is crazy.
That's scary.
I was messing around with it last night. First time I had actually been able to get on because the volume was so crazy that it always told me a couple times hey, we can't do anything right now. But yeah, I mean, Jack, you fiddled around with it. This shit is crazy.
Nuts. It's literally nuts. You can tell it to write you a New York Times article, but it's Elon's company who owns it, OpenAI. And I saw today though, he responded to a tweet that it said, one of the worst things of all time is that the Chat GPT coders putting bias into politics things, when you ask about politics
for
the younger generation. And Elon responded to it and said, yeah, this is a huge concern. So,
jeez. I mean, so it's I was messing around with it and it's damn, I mean, it's crazy. It was weird just typing to in Google, I guess it's the same thing where you're typing and a robot then automatically in the blink of an eye pulls you user written stuff in front of you. What was weird about this was, it's literally, God, it's the Lost episode where you're typing into that computer. There's just that little beeping thing waiting to respond to you. So you type in your question, it loads, and then it does this thing. And it's just you're just waiting for a computer, a literal AI to offer you the answer to your question, where so many people on Google do, hey, what are the symptoms for this? Chat GPT, and you have to look through articles. Chat GPT, you could be hey, what is an at-home remedy for the common cold? And it'll tell you what to fucking do,
Mm-hmm.
That's what's insane.
Dude, well, this narc at Princeton created this fucking software to detect if like a kid's paper has been written with ChatGPT.
Oh, fuck him.
So this kid posted his grade on his paper from this college that like this kid wrote a paper and it said like detected as using like a software to write this or something.
So like the game has changed. There's going to be so much. I mean, there's going to be so much use of ChatGPT. There's going to be people trying to basically, get around it and figure it out. It's, it's not perfect, but it's a definite time saver. Like I was like, write me a funny skit. I was like, okay, are they about to make me go viral on TikTok? It wrote probably the least funny skit I have ever seen in my life. I was just like, okay, it's not perfect.
What was it about?
It literally was like two friends are sitting next to each other telling a joke. One is like, oh, what's your age? It was literally, it was not funny whatsoever. I was like, this is stupid. But it's like not unlike Google or Spark Notes. Some colleges are banning it, and then some colleges are embracing it. And they're trying to figure it out. But I encourage you to just go mess around with it because it is crazy.
Yeah, do some cool stuff. It's nuts.
Crazy ways the universe works. Not unlike ChatGPT. GPT. I was at a Miami bachelor party a couple weeks back, and it's like, my college buddy's bachelor party. We're in Miami. His buddy from home. I'm just sitting. We're talking around, and I just throw out Luke Pidcock's name, right, buddy from St. Louis, and this guy's like, "Did you say Luke Pidcock?" And I was like, yeah. They worked together at Monaco. And he's like, wait a second, Pidcock. Like, Pidcock's crazy. He's like, that's a uncommon last name. And like, have you ever happened that where it's just like the world is so interconnected through that and crazy shit? Happens like weekly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time something like that happened to me, but it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I went on senior spring break of high school, the kids that we met there.
Oh, that's right.
Like living in my building freshman year at Mizzou, and like they're from Iowa, and it's like random shit, and I'm still like friends with a couple of them. So that was a pretty crazy.
Yeah, didn't like Marsh meet a roommate there eventually or something, or like we met a bunch of Minnesota kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always happens to my mom. She says she like every time we used to go on a trip as a kid, she's like, "Who am I gonna see here?" That she just knows, even like in a separate country. I just noticed this by my house. There's a Quick Trip. KT, Quick KWIK versus obviously the GOAT QT and STL. Is Quick Trip KW just up in Minnesota? Not as gas, but I just noticed that for the first time.
I've heard of it's called Quick Trip, but
it's called Quick Trip with a KW.
That's fucked up. I've never seen that.
Yeah. Certainly, it's kind of gas, I gotta say. So if you see it, you might have to hop in. Expansive layout, the gas is solid. Okay. Here is just a sign that we're getting old, and then we'll get into the tea with Jack D. For my Valentine's Day gift that Kelsey got me, Just for Men grade controlling shampoo.
Is that a shot at you?
Bro, we're here. I asked her to get it for me. Bro, every day I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, no. I'm like, what is happening? I was like,
I feel like that's like getting like your girlfriend like weight loss supplements.
That's right. Sure, that is. I know. Yeah, good thing I asked for it. I guess maybe he was coming if I didn't ask.
Yeah, that's wow.
I always laugh at dye jobs, so I was like, I'm not dyeing my hair. But then I saw this commercial. It's targeted advertising. It's crazy, and I was like, it's grade controlling, right? It kind of like it's a shampoo meant to like, all right, slow down the grays, make it look natural. So I was like, you know what? I'm 28 getting gray, look at Jimmy G, versus Tom Brady. Jimmy G looks like he's got a little salt and pepper. He's like 2 years older than me, Maybe Just for Men's up the alley for him. Because then you turn on CNBC and you see like an 80-year-old guy with a bright brown fucking, toupee or something. You're like, what's going on there?
Maybe you just silver fox it. And just
That's what I'm saying.
Gray.
Go a little Steve Carell. Might look a little alarming when that's as soon as next year, but hey, we'll see. And then I guess on advertising, are urinal advertisements just brilliant? I feel like that's the one that gets me. You can't look away. You're just staring right at it. You're taking in that message. Should we advertise on urinals?
Urinal cakes.
Colonel Cakes. Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
one too. We hit the double duty. All right, not just for men, but if you're getting your girl something, My Custom Heart, promo code Dylan. Valentine's Day in 13 days. How about that? All right, Jack, let's take us home here on a quick hitter of Wing.
All right. We got here. Andrew Tate Brothers hired the lawyer who represented Mike Tyson and Chris Brown on their whatever. I mean, Mike Tyson did some shit, but Chris Brown stuff. So yeah, that's who's gonna.
Andrew's still in jail.
Yes.
Jeez.
They both are, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought I saw like Tristan speaking or something. I didn't know if he had been released, but kind of crazy to follow. Yeah, so I guess that shit's real. You know, like they've been in there for like a month. It's not the Illuminati, or maybe it is.
I saw this one TikTok that I couldn't. It like looked like they said it was like this like Andrew Tate video released from his jail cell, and it like looked like one of those like jail cells that might be like a little nicer. So I was like, I wonder if this is what Romanian jail looks like. And then it was just this ball dip in the back, and then he just started twerking on the wall, and it was fake. But it got me for a sec. I thought it was him.
Yeah, I wonder what Romania jail's like. Is it like, you know, an absolute pit, or is he getting the high class, you know?
Okay, Dylan's favorite movie sequel, The Batman. Yeah.
Nice touch. Yeah, it's coming, huh?
Yeah, and they're doing a HBO series about the Penguin in between that's apparently going to lead into the sequel. But I feel like movies just keep getting like release dates or so. October 3rd, 2025.
All right, yeah, thanks for locking down that date.
It's like 3 years. Like
let's cancel our plans, honey, for 2 years from now. We're getting tickets to the Batman too.
Yeah, like that's just I feel
dude.
like
how about Colin Farrell recently? I felt like he has done some. People, I think, questioned his role in True Detective more because people didn't like that season. But then he was the Penguin. You know what I'm watching now, which is just like a silly, interesting movie, which I think got some Oscars or awards. The Banshees of Internation, or whatever. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's like check it out. Like the first 15 minutes will just kind of get you.
Yeah. No, I want to.
What's it about?
It's like, if I explain it to you, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" So it's literally like old town Scotland. Like it's beautiful. Like they're just on the set, and it's like, you know, it's like one day, like this guy who is, I guess, kind of like annoying, but there's nothing to do because it's so old. So everyone just goes to the pub, and this one older guy just decides, I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. And then like tries to avoid him. And Colin Farrell's basically just like pestering him the whole time at the pub. Like it's like, it sounds ridiculous, but like, I can't turn it off.
I've heard, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. A woman in Illinois who was the food service director of an impoverished Illinois school district got arrested because she allegedly stole $1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was fleecing them for the wings. But
how did they put a price on that? They analyzed like 20 fucking years of chicken wing day at the school or some shit.
I mean, dude, if it's school chicken wings, those cannot be that expensive. Like, I guess that's a lot. But like, dude, $1.5 million, that's crazy.
Over how
That's
many
a heady
years?
play. Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, it had to have, like, this woman had to have been like retired and pensioned, you know, for $1 million.
They must have been building that case. That's like a RICO case.
It was a RICO case. They got kids wearing a wire in line at the goddamn cafeteria.
How about this? Prime becomes the official drink of the UFC. Logan Paul's drink.
So that's what his announcement was. I saw he was with Dana White. Good for him. I haven't tried it. It's a good energy drink. That's been promoted really well.
I've tried the Gatorade version of it, but they make like an energy too. But
how about Logan Paul? Sorry to cut you off. How about Logan Paul's WWE fucking crazy ass stunt? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, like collided. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it's just interesting to me that like he does that because of how much. I mean, I know it's business, but like how much Dana White and Jake Paul beef, and like now he's the official.
Yeah,
To
is
the
it all for
UFC.
I mean, God, you feel like all three of them are going to wind up together at some point. But yeah, that is interesting. I
Yeah,
didn't even think about that.
yeah. This is kind of crazy. Hulk Hogan, um, got a surgery on his back, and it cut off the feeling in his legs.
Bro,
Like
that
it's
shit scares the fuck out of me.
Is he paralyzed?
so he can walk, but he literally can't feel his legs,
That's
which
what
is
happened to Adam Witzig's mom.
Oh my
really.
God. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she got
Um,
back surgery. She can't use her legs now.
and that's like medical malpractice, right? You could sue.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
those are always tough in court. Jeez.
Damn, that's crazy. Um, the FBI searched Biden's crib today for more docs. I mean, that
Yeah.
dude probably just takes home shit in his briefcase and like forgets to even
And has no idea. And then I think I
Yeah.
saw like at first I was like, Jesus, all right, Biden's a hypocrite. Like, what the fuck? You know, we yell at Trump for all this shit, and then he does it. And then it was like Pence has it. You know, Obama probably. I bet everyone's got this shit. You know.
Yeah.
And what are we talking about? Classified documents. You know, it's probably not the nuke codes, but it's it's probably like
Yeah.
student loan. Backdoor meetings.
All right, Tom Brady retired. Who another retirement after this season? Dr. Phil, after 21 seasons, is calling it quits. And you would think he'd just be
Really?
retiring. He said there is so much in his life he wants to do that he hasn't done yet with like content and stuff. So
Yeah, he's got to be old, isn't he? Like,
yeah,
Yeah, it
he's
has
like
to be.
oof,
yeah.
yeah.
Pfizer recorded or expects a 33% drop in earnings for 2023. But did you see that video, Dylan, of that whistleblower? Have you seen any of that?
No.
They it's pretty crazy. They like this dude recorded their like director of like internal something at a lunch talking about how they like, oh, you gotta watch this. It's like 9 minutes of how they like plan to mutate the virus on their own and like
Oh my God.
no, it's actually crazy. I can't believe it didn't get more like attention, but I'll
Right. I
send
mean,
it
it's
to you.
probably swiped silenced.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild. Like if it's real, I don't know the whole truth behind it, but like this dude is like spilling the beans if it's the case.
Crazy.
Yeah. Um, a company has raised millions of dollars, a Texas-based biosciences company, to de-extinct the dodo bird and the woolly mammoth.
Wait, isn't Josh Richards invested in this and Logan Paul? I feel like there's some interesting names in this. Yeah, I mean it's like okay, for what? But cool, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah. Like what's the reason?
Right. Yes, we did it. Now what?
Justin Bieber sold the rights to his entire catalog of music for $200 million.
Beebs.
I mean, I don't really know what that means. A
Yeah,
British,
well,
Really? That's interesting.
seems like that's a undersell big. Like that
Yeah.
makes me think, is he in some trouble financially or like I don't know, you needed a quick payday?
yeah, I don't know, but like maybe he's just done with it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That seems like a guy who's pretty, done with the spotlight.
Mhm.
Um, dude, I did not know. I know there's an Adderall shortage. I didn't know about this egg shortage, and
Mm.
now that's like a big thing that's people are smuggling. It's up or smuggling across the border from Mexico because prices are up 108% for eggs. And
Crazy.
conspiracy theory here. There was a video the other day of one of the biggest egg farms in the U.S. caught on fire in the middle of the shortage, like and just burned like thousands of
Sabotage.
hens. Yeah, like
I'm about to head down to
Uh,
the Dallas Zoo and cop a few chickens.
that's what I'm saying. Um, the U.S. Coast Guard. You just always kind of wonder what's going on here. They caught a picture of it. There was a Russian spy ship off the coast of Hawaii, and
Hmm.
apparently that passage is like used like people are allowed to travel through that, but like
Yeah.
it was there long enough that they think they were trying to like collect some shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's like they can't do anything because it's like it's like a non-whatever like passage because people have to like travel through there.
It's civilian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then some TV stuff. Dylan, have you watched The Last of Us?
Yeah, we were talking about it last week how I think it's the greatest show ever. What are our thoughts on the most recent episode? If people caught up,
haven't watched it yet, but I've seen enough on Twitter to see what's going on.
People thought it was the most magical piece of television ever. And I thought it was good, but I was kind of like, they took a detour. I was ready. I'm ready for next week's episode. And like, I felt like it was just an episode for Nick Offerman and this guy, Murray Bartlett, I think, to showcase their range in acting. It was almost like they wanted to be able to showcase, hey, this is how, touching deep off the edge we could go in character acting. And yeah, a lot of people loved it. And I was just like, okay, touching, but, they just forced Brokeback Mountain on us, in the middle of a season. And it was like, okay, great. Touching, well done. Great acting. Sorry if I'm not into gay sex scenes, like, am I like, I'm trying to freaking, skip through it, but it's like, I want to do the TV show justice, but I don't know. I thought it was great, but I didn't think it was as fantastic as everyone made it out to be.
Yeah, I still need to catch up.
Brendan, did you watch the episode?
I haven't even watched episode 2 yet. I didn't like episode 1 all that much.
Yeah, that's what's weird. I thought 1 and 2 were 10 out of 10s, and then like I gave probably episode 3 8 out of 10.
Huh.
I have not watched it yet, and I don't know the reviews, but Jonah Hill's new movie came out with Eddie Murphy on Netflix called You People, where he tries to marry Eddie Murphy's daughter.
Andrew Schultz is in that, apparently.
Is he? Yeah. I watched the first like 15 minutes, and they make like so many like modern day like pop culture references, so I was kind of unsure that way.
I saw the reviews weren't great. But I saw it's been trending a little bit, so who knows? Yeah.
Tobey Maguire said he's down to play Spider-Man again if they'll have him one more time.
You guys all seen that movie? I didn't know how I felt about all three of them together. I thought I liked Spider-Man 1 probably better than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1's fire.
Spider-Man 2 is good.
Yeah, 2 is cool too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I thought it was cool, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of like The Last of Us episode 3. I wasn't crying in the theater when all of a sudden all 3 Spider-Men showed up.
Succession season 4 got a release date, March 26th. Watch the trailer. Pretty hype if you're a Succession fan.
Yeah, that was the lead in to episode 3 of The Last of Us. So I got Kelsey hooked into The Last of Us, so we're watching episode 3 together, and like, so I'm like, all right, you ready? And it starts rolling the Succession new whatever, and she goes, all right, skip it. I go, are you fucking crazy? I was like, what? I was like, I gotta watch this. Just skip the HBO lead in to show what fire show's coming up next.
Yeah,
have to throw her on the bench again.
Yeah, the new HBO video of like all their new shows looks pretty cool. Like eventually this year they're gonna have a new True and stuff. And
I love HBO's killing it. God, yeah, when they're like, here's what's coming up in the new year. And it's like, oh my God. And I feel like it's like catch up on seasons 1 and 2. Like Euphoria wasn't a show I didn't get hip on until season 2. It's like I feel like there's still so many like out there that might be decent television.
And then the show I've just been rewatching right now, just as a throw-on show, and my girlfriend actually is enjoying watching it, is Entourage. I haven't watched it in a while, but that's just a suggestion there.
Yeah.
Ari Gold is the top TV character ever.
Oh, 100%. There's clips have been going viral from Entourage lately, and it's just so funny.
Oh my God, I forgot. Like him and Lloyd, it's so fucking funny.
So funny.
And then You comes out in 23 days, the new season of that, if you're into that. And then my latest documentary I need to watch is the Pamela Anderson documentary on Netflix. I haven't watched that yet.
Different from Pam and Tommy, or
didn't
she make it? Yeah,
it's like a real. Yeah, she did make it, but it's like a real documentary where she talks about stuff.
Good stuff. All right, we're off next week from the podcast, but we'll be doing a lot of content on social media, and then hope to have a pretty cool vlog for you guys. And enjoy the big game. What are your guys' thoughts? Eagles, Chiefs should be a good game. I think that's a good
Eagles.
Super Bowl matchup. You guys like Eagles?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Chiefs all day, baby. Andy Reid ain't losing to his old team. Mahomes is even on one leg, he might still win it, but that might be interesting if he has no receivers. All right, so we'll hope to do some cool things next week, and we'll talk to you guys then.